Personal branding statements are all the rage right now, and supposedly whether you're writing your CV or you're trying to promote your small or freelance business, you're supposed to have one. But the question is, what even are they and how do you write one? So today I'm going to give you the full scoop on personal branding statements, including showing you a bunch of really cool personal branding statement examples. Plus I'm going to give you some really simple steps that you can take to write your own so that you become more memorable and start building your personal brand. Stay tuned. Well, hello and welcome back to my channel. In case we've never met, I'm Kat Elizabeth. I'm an actor, online entrepreneur, and personal branding coach, currently based in Vancouver. And I am so excited to share this video with you today because personal branding statements are becoming a big thing these days, where it used to be just businesses that would have like a snappy tagline or something, and you might have maybe a very like dry mission statement that you wanted to, that you would just keep for personal reference. The thing with personal branding statements is it's something that is supposed to be read and seen by people out there, and it's going to give them basically an essence of what you do and who you are and who you serve in a nutshell, so they can be extremely powerful. So first things first, what even is a personal branding statement? I think the easiest way to explain this is it's like a personal tagline. So it's a really snappy sentence. Generally, it's not going to be any longer or it just kind of gets boring. And it's going to explain to people what you do, who you do it for, and how you're different. So it really helps you to stand out. Essentially, you're trying to give people a really quick glance into how you can offer some value to them, but also whether you're the right person to help them specifically, so that they can kind of pre-qualify you before they even read on. Okay, so before we get into how to actually write your personal branding statement, I wanted to give you a really nice cross-section of all sorts of personal branding statements to give you some inspiration, and also to take the pressure off so that you don't feel like it has to look one particular way. I have found some personal branding statements from people that I know, that I've worked with, people from different industries, also some well-known influencers, and what you'll probably notice is that they're all fantastic, but there is not one specific formula that you need to follow. All right, so I'm going to start with 3 personal branding statements from copywriter friends of mine, and even though they're all copywriters, you'll see their personal branding statements are quite different from each other. So number 1 comes from Angela. I help businesses who mean what they say to say what they mean. Next one is from Bill. Words that sound just like you, only better. And number 3 from Anna. A conversion copywriter for socially conscious game changers, helping businesses who do good do better through the power of words. How cool are those? So all for copywriters, and yet you get such a good idea of who they're serving, the kind of words they write, the kind of personality that they've got, so that already you can get a kind of feel as to whether you're going to click with them or not before you even speak to them. Okay, so here's some others. This one comes from Sandy. I help smart business owners create a digital presence that reflects the value they offer for their ideal client. So that one's really literal, but I like how specific it is. B2B content strategy that's built for humans, generates qualified leads, and scales over time. I think that one it's really, really good. Helps thought leaders write great books in just 90 days. 500 satisfied clients so far. So the thing that's really cool about this one is it's got helps thought leaders write great books. So who that person is helping, what they're helping them do, how long they're going to do it in, so in just 90 days, so that even gets more specific, and then 500 satisfied clients so far is that social proof. So really, you've just ticked 4 huge boxes in a matter of sort of 1.5 sentences. Pretty cool. All right, before we get down to work and start writing that personal brand statement, I have a question of the day for you. Can you tell me in just 1 sentence what you do, who you do it for, and what makes you unique? Comment below with your answer, and I promise I'll leave mine down there too. So, how do we write a personal branding statement? Now, as I said, there's not an actual formula to this. You can, do these out of order. You can use your own tone of voice and things like that. But there are 3 main elements that you need to include to make it sort of effective. So number 1 is, what do you do? Number 2, who do you do it for? And number 3, you're going to want some sort of proof of success or differentiation. So the proof of success is like that one from Mindy where she said 500 satisfied clients so far. But the differentiation could be where you mention your niche. So yeah, you might be a copywriter and you might help, these kind of people, but maybe you've got something really specific that you can offer. So, you specialize in SEO copywriting, or you're a humorous writer, so you can make everything funnier. Have some extra element in there so that when your target audience, those ideal clients that you want to work with, or employers, see you, they're going to go, oh yes, that's exactly what I was looking for. And it just helps you stand out in a sea of competition. So I'll give you a couple of examples of how I could do it for myself. Now this is always evolving, and that's something you need to know, is that you'll probably find that your own skills and the people you want to help changes in time. So make sure you keep updating your personal branding statement as your business or your career changes. So I'm currently involved in many pivots. I'm kind of reshaping my business as I go along. So this is very, it's very gray area at the moment, but here are just a few examples so that you can see the formula in action. So I could say, I'm a personal branding and camera confidence coach for entrepreneurs who need to grow their visibility and authority online. Another option would be, I help creative entrepreneurs grow their personal brands online by helping them create memorable video content that increases their authority and influence. And another one, which is a little bit more sort of casual, I'm an actor, YouTuber, and personal branding coach who helps fellow multi-passionate creatives grow powerful personal brands that change their lives and businesses. So these are a little bit wordy. That's kind of my style. I tend to use my, the maximum character count in anything I do. But if you're more of a minimalist, then you could do that in half the number of words. So the number one recommendation that I would have is, don't be afraid to experiment. So try, workshop this for a while, create a few different versions and ask for feedback. So not just from friends and family, but I would be trying to put it in front of people who potentially are your ideal audience. So whether that's someone who could potentially employ you because they have the right kind of business, or it's someone who is definitely fits your target market, so the right customer or client base, because they're going to be the ones that really can tell if it resonates with them. And one other thing that you can do is that as you build more proof of your success, you can always do a little add-on. So like that Mindy with the how many successful satisfied clients that she has, you could do things like add published author or award-winning actor or top-rated podcast. Those little things that will make you look more credible, but that you don't necessarily have right now. So don't be afraid to sort of create a slightly more extended version once you have something else that's a bit exciting and different that you can add to your existing statement. Now, if you are still very early on in trying to figure out this whole personal branding thing, you don't have much clarity on what you're trying to achieve or what personal branding even involves, I have a bit of a gift for you. So I have a 23-page epic guidebook called The Personal Branding Blueprint, where I walk you through the 4 C's of personal branding so that you can start getting really, really clear on who you are, what you do, who you serve, and then really knowing how to actually communicate that across your online presence and even in person. So right down to the things that you wear and the kind of photos that you're taking. So if you would like a copy of that, it's completely free. There's a link to it just down below in the description box, and I would love to hear how you find it. And please never hesitate to send me a DM or an email if you have any questions, if you want extra help. And otherwise, I would love it if you could just give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, subscribe so you don't miss out, and forward it to someone else who is trying to build their personal brand. I'm sure they will thank you for it. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see you next time. Bye for now.